It's a story out of Tennessee that I've found to be quite interesting and weird, and that is the only black-owned radio station in Tennessee is at risk of losing its license from the Federal Communications Commission. The FCC is threatening to revoke Joe Armstrong's license for WBJF after Armstrong failed to report his conviction for falsifying tax returns. Armstrong's lawyer, Andrew Ward, defended Armstrong in this statement. He said this conviction has nothing to do with the station, and we believe it is an injustice to use this against him. He continues to provide a valuable service running WJBE, which is important to the community of Knoxville. He served his probation successfully, paid his fine, and had his civil rights restored. He has done everything the criminal justice system has asked him to do. Now, Armstrong revived the radio station in 2012. Owned by James Brown in the 60s and 70s, WBJF was the only black-oriented radio station in East Tennessee. Now, what's strange here, Larry, is that they say that he didn't note this on subsequent paperwork about this tax issue. But this is not like it was a violation of indecency standards. So, you know, I can get it if you say we'll issue a fine, but literally snatching the license?
So I guess Republicans wouldn't consider this an overreach because it just doesn't add up. And so, as the attorney highlighted, the two issues are not related. In addition, you highlighted, Roland, that this station plays a critical role as it relates to the important topics, relaying information to the Black community. So this station is a community jewel. And as you highlighted before, it's been around for decades. So once again, this is an overreach by the government, and it makes absolutely no sense. I'm sorry to hear that they're trying to take the license away, but I'm hoping some federal officials will, send a letter to find out what's going on and support efforts to make sure that he can keep his license and the station can continue to provide a vital resource in the Black community.
Reese?
Yeah, when did the FCC start doing anything again? I haven't heard about shit that they're doing. So this whole dims the rules situation when it comes to a Black radio station is very convenient. So this definitely just seems excessive, and it's in the public interest to have a Black-owned radio station operating. And so hopefully the owner, you're not supposed to falsify documents. I understand that. You're supposed to follow the rules. I understand that. But at the end of the day, this is a major factor in terms of Black-owned radio. And so hopefully they do the right thing on this one, because we know that there's Donald Trump, goddamn, didn't pay his taxes, and he has all kind of tax shit, and he's still off somewhere getting Secret Service protection, living his best life. So I think they can go ahead and find somebody else to have the license, or whatever fine they have to get through, do that, because this is definitely excessive.
Greg?
Yeah, I agree. Again, this is where we have to, the words you used earlier, pressure is very important. It's extremely important. Is he being persecuted? This is a guy who was a Democratic state rep in Tennessee. They convicted him in 2016 of making a false statement on his 2008 tax return because he had failed to disclose some income based on selling some cigarette tax stamps that wasn't illegal to do. And then he filed later. He paid, for what he had done. And then he filed later in terms of FCC filings related to the station. And he filed a little late. And you look at it and say, well, this is kind of a technicality. Why are y'all drilling down on this? And you can't help but think it's political. And parenthetically, the previous story that you covered, Roland, talking there about the brother from the West Coast, you heard the counselor evoke the Bivens rule. This is what Reese was talking about. This is what Reese was talking about at the beginning of the show, the Egbert versus Boulay decision that the Supreme Court put down yesterday, on the Fourth Amendment, unreasonable search and seizure. I'm raising that to say that, as the government begins to or continues to kind of try to protect itself from doing whatever the hell it wants to do, whether it be federal border agents in terms of the application of Bivens in that case, or in the one we just heard, opening your mail and having somebody pay for something that they already paid for in terms of the damn post office, or in this case, having something else that we paid for, namely federal oversight in terms of the FCC, used as a cudgel against a black man in East Tennessee with a black radio station, you can't help but sit back and think to yourself, is this a matter of the rules? Or is this just a matter of politics being played? And so, whereas Congressman Barbara Lee intervened in this post office case and they forced them to at least say, well, your package looks suspicious, which got them a step further, or whether in this case, we need to put the hammer down on whoever is over the FCC and perhaps get some members of Congress to write some letters over there on behalf of one-time Representative Armstrong. We've got to get involved in the political process and put pressure on people because this is patently absurd.
Yeah, and again, folks, and understand the FCC governs all broadcast licenses. So we're talking about radio stations, television stations. They don't govern cable. And so, y'all, pulling of a license is extremely rare. I mean, it is very, very rare when that action is taken in this country. And so we'll see what happens there. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment.
How about sushi?
I just had sushi for lunch yesterday.
How about tacos?
Automatic emergency braking, one of 6 advanced safety features standard on every 2022 Chevy Equinox. Find new technology, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
Oh, no punches!
I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?